of the second, and he dropped to the 5th round. But I was thinking about this. He's looked pretty good. I mean, Greg Cosell this week came on and said, yeah, it's early, but those are big-time throws. So let's just say Shadur Sanders does become a franchise quarterback. And through 3 starts with the weakest receiving room in the NFL, 32nd. Worst receiving room in the NFL, PFF, 32nd. 3rd worst offensive line, PFF. He's got nothing to work with. 5 touchdowns, 2 picks, 94 passer rating. Should also be noted that Shadur Sanders did not get any work with the ones before he started, right? It was Dylan Gabriel getting all of it because Dylan Gabriel was a rookie. So he's got the 3rd worst O-line in the league, the worst wide receiving room in the league, did not work with number ones, and yet 8 of the top 12 teams drafting currently in the NFL at the top of the draft board are desperate for a quarterback. And people thought Shedeur, NFL GM said, hey, he's a little immature. I agree. He's not serious enough for my taste. So I think the NFL wanted to send sort of a message. Straighten up, young man. I'll say it again. 5th round. Every team in this league passed on him at least 4 times. Do you realize with the worst receiving core in the league and the 3rd worst offensive line, since becoming a starter, Shedeur is the best rookie quarterback in the league. Total yards, total touchdowns, big plays, passing yards and attempts. He's the best rookie quarterback since he got the start. Again, not much around him. So some of these NFL teams, I think, said, we're just going to send a message. He thinks he's a celebrity. I kept saying he's the most accurate college quarterback in the sport's history. He moves pretty well. He's a big play guy. And I don't know if he's going to be a franchise quarterback. I don't know. But I know what I'm watching, and I know what he has to work with. Now, I like Stefanski a lot. But it is interesting. Anytime, go look at the draft order right now. 8 of the 12 teams at the top could use a quarterback. And everybody passed on him. And it's not like they passed on him. Like, you can say, well, Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy was reckless and small. He was not viewed by a single GM I talked to as a top 4-round quarterback. Some liked him late 5th, 6th. There's a reason he dropped. And if he didn't have Shanahan and Kittle and McCaffrey, my guess is we wouldn't be talking about Brock Purdy every Sunday or every other Sunday. Shedeur's got nothing to work with. Shanahan is viewed as a higher grade coach than Stefanski. I like both a lot. But it is pretty fascinating in a league desperate for a certain position. 8 teams minimum need one, if not this year, in 2 years. And he dropped to the 5th round as the most accurate college quarterback ever, not playing with a lot of NFL guys in college. That's one of the things I said. Dylan Gabriel, he played with pros at Oregon. Those guys get more open than Colorado guys on average. I mean, he was running for his life at Colorado as a 2-3-year starter. He was running for his life. So here is Stefanski on the improving Shadur Sanders.
There's a lot of quarterbacks that have always made plays outside the structure of their offense from when they were young to when they get to the pros. And you never want to take that away from a player. And Shedeur has a ability to make plays off schedule. So that's something that you certainly want to promote and enhance and get the team playing to that style as well. You also, you learn that from playing. You learn that from being in these games. And I think he's making progress there.
It appears Colin is executing a rather abrupt pivot in his stance. He previously delivered an extended monologue dismissing any notion of NFL conspiracies, and now he's suggesting the league intentionally sent a message to Shadur Sanders with his draft position. At this point, we're engaging in semantic gymnastics, trying to distinguish between a conspiracy and the league sending a message. The distinction seems exceedingly fine. Furthermore, he's now praising Shadeur's recent performance, labeling it as legitimate and impressive. This rapid evolution in perspective is somewhat challenging to track. His declaration that Sanders has been the best rookie quarterback over the last 3 weeks is frankly a claim of limited significance. Jackson Dart has only started 1 game, Cam Ward is operating within the chaotic environment of the Tennessee Titans. Beyond that, who else is in the conversation? Tyler Show? These comparisons rarely hold substantive value unless the discussion itself is inherently compelling, like Caleb Williams versus Jaden Daniels or Daniels versus Bo Nix. Debating quarterbacks within the same draft class or comparing rookies across different years holds minimal interest for me. A viewer in the comments previously questioned whether I believed Shadur Sanders should have been a fifth-round pick. My response was genuine indifference. They pressed, suggesting I'd be invested if it involved other players. While I engage in draft analysis during the draft process, once a player is on the field, his draft slot becomes largely irrelevant to me. The conversation shifts entirely to his present and future performance. Last year, comparing the top rookie quarterbacks, Caleb Williams in Chicago, Jaden Daniels in Washington, Bo Nix in Denver, was inherently fascinating and logical. They were all high-priced, high-profile talents navigating their inaugural seasons. That's why Spencer Rattler wasn't part of that mainstream discussion. His context was different. Asking whether Caleb Williams is superior to Tyler Show isn't a productive or relevant dialogue. Shadur Sanders is the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. Therefore, the only pertinent analysis involves determining his potential greatness within the NFL. The focus should be on his individual trajectory, not on stacking him against other quarterbacks selected around him. You begin by assessing his baseline and work upward. The critical question isn't, is he better than ex-rookie? But rather, can he become better than established veterans like Geno Smith, Baker Mayfield, or Sam Darnold? You gradually scale the hierarchy, comparing him to Dak Prescott, then Josh Allen, and so forth. This process is about establishing a realistic floor and a projected ceiling. We obsess over a quarterback's ceiling, those breathtaking moments of sheer brilliance. A spectacular throw, an improbable scramble. These plays are viscerally exciting and undeniably capture our attention. However, identifying and evaluating a quarterback's floor is exponentially more important for sustained success. The primary reason many quarterbacks settle into backup roles isn't because their ceiling is too low. It's because their floor is catastrophically unstable. At any moment, the bottom can fall out, resulting in a performance with 0 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and multiple missed opportunities. We witness this frequently. Consider backup quarterbacks across the league. Players like Jake Browning or Marcus Mariota, they can have stellar games and make highlight-worthy throws. Kenny Pickett, filling in for an injured Jalen Hurts last season, made some impressive plays. The issue is their inconsistent floor. This volatility is what creates phenomena like Fitzmagic or Minshew mania. Brief flashes of excellence undermined by an unreliability that makes long-term success unsustainable. Take Anthony Richardson as an example. He can make a throw so spectacular it seems generational, suggesting a ceiling through the stratosphere. Conversely, he can make a decision so bewilderingly poor it defies belief, indicating a floor that is perilously low. These extreme fluctuations are what define the challenge with such talents. Therefore, the most crucial conversations revolve around understanding and elevating a player's floor, not just marveling at his ceiling. This framework is far more valuable than arbitrary comparisons based on draft position or short-term statistical streaks. I find Colin's latest commentary particularly intriguing because it represents, without question, the most positive assessment he has ever given regarding Shadur Sanders. He's acknowledging strong play within a struggling team context and labeling him the top rookie since Week 12. Yet this praise is juxtaposed with the speculative claim about the NFL sending a message, which feels like a significant and contradictory statement, especially following his previous dismissals of conspiracy theories surrounding Shedeur. He's now stating Sanders should have been a first- or second-round pick, citing his historic college accuracy and current NFL performance, while still referencing past criticisms about maturity. The overall narrative is becoming muddled. Just last week, the discourse still involved the speeding ticket incident. The rapid shift in tone is notable. I'm fascinated to see how this evolving narrative continues to unfold, especially with a compelling matchup against the Chicago Bears on the horizon. Those are my observations. I'm eager to hear your perspective. What's your assessment of Shadur Sanders and the Cleveland Browns? Do you see signs of a franchise quarterback in his recent play? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single comment, whether you agree or disagree. Let's foster some discussion and debate, but most importantly, let's enjoy the dialogue. Please consider subscribing to join our growing community. We're building a connected space for passionate football fans. Also, a thumbs up on the video genuinely helps with visibility. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.